So, Junior Tyson isn't the only, I guess, Battle Royale type show this season. But I don't think it has much to worry about, though. King's Game is an anime that follows main character Nobuaki Kanazawa and him and his class trying to survive the King's Game. Now, we don't know a lot about the King's Game, but what it is, it's a weird cell phone text message based game where you receive a text message from a mysterious individual known as the King, and you have 24 hours to complete the orders given in that text message, no matter what they are, and if not, you will be punished. It's actually a pretty interesting premise, you know, depending on who the king may be, because some of the ways that, you know, these punishments happen seem to be supernatural. You know, people will hang themselves, you know, and the one punishment at the end of episode 1 seems particularly supernatural. It doesn't seem like somebody is doing this. You know, it has to be, they have to have some type of power in order to be doing this. I mean, because people could be perfectly normal, you know, at one point, and then once that 24-hour mark hits, and you haven't done what you're supposed to do, they will kill themselves if that's the punishment. You know, it doesn't matter what mental state they're in. It's pretty interesting. But beyond all that, this is the worst first episode I've ever seen in a long time. Maybe not have ever seen, but it's probably one of the worst that I've seen in a long time. I mean, I'm going to talk a bit more about that later. I'm not going to spoil it for people who don't want it. For people who don't want spoilers, I'm going to give you my recommendation now. Just shelve this. Just put it on the shelf. Come back when the season's over, and then you can marathon through it. Because it seems like it'll be a pretty interesting marathon run. Just running through this show. But it's not like something that I would want to wait week for week for. You know, it just doesn't have that kind of pull for me. You know, but everyone's different. You might dig this. Me, not so much. But definitely shelve it. I mean, the animation looks pretty good. The freaking OP is sick. Like, I thought Inuyashiki's OP from Man on a Mission was freaking sick. But I don't know who these Cold River or whoever the people that did this. I have to look them up because they might have a new fan on their hands. But yeah, now if you don't want any spoilers, you might want to click out here because I'm about to get into some spoiler territory for the first couple of episodes of the show. If you would like, I have links in the description of my other anime videos or my Zelda theories you can check out on my channel. I do waifu videos. Just enjoy yourself while you're here. But for right now, if you don't want to be spoiled on King's Game, I advise you to take your leave. So for you, like, comment, subscribe, keep it real, bam, alright. Are they gone yet? Awesome. Okay, so the worst first episode I've seen in a long time. Literally, like, this show is like, it starts off like the pacing is weird. Like, it goes from like your typical like high school anime stuff, like, oh, you've got anime protagonist, he's got a dark past, he's all emo and weird about it. He has to sit in the back of the class by the window because protagonist, people try to connect with him, but he doesn't want to connect with anybody because he has a dark past where he watched everybody die. So he's sad and angry at the same time, and people just still want to try to connect to him. And then there's this one chick in the show who is like, she is like instantly, she sees dude and she instantly wants the D. Alright, she is willing to follow him all around the school for the D. She's willing to climb freaking gates for the D. She is willing to play supernatural cell phone games where she could die for the D. she won. I like, and the weird thing about it is, you do get some kind of inklings that something could be amiss here, but she is hardcore down for the D, and there's no explanation as to why. I mean, she literally knew him for minutes, and she was like, she's down for the D. You know, I wish I had that kind of pull, but yeah, like, you know, and it's weird because he had no affection for her. He literally didn't want to talk to anybody. Like, he was like Sasuke ×2 when it comes for his emo factor. And she still was like, she still was infatuated with dude, you know, and no explanation as to why. Like, the entire class, they turn on him 3 times in 2 episodes, and he still wants to save their lives. Like, they literally beat his ass twice in this show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. Like, really? Like, why are you trying to save them? These people are dicks. And they're stupid for that much. There's one part of the show, like, when the punishments start coming down. Like, there's a weird order that's given. Like, the king orders people not to sleep. But he gives this order out at, like, what, 10 at night or something? It's at night, around time when people sleep. And you send a text message telling everybody not to go to sleep. Well, there's going to be people who are asleep already because of when you send out the orders. So they're automatically going to lose because they were asleep before you ever told them not to sleep. And that's what happens to like 5 people in the class. I guess this is a way of the writers telling you that this is real and that, you know, there are real consequences with not following the orders. But it's kind of a dumb way of doing it because there's no chance that they had any opportunity to actually follow the orders. And when all these people hang themselves, guess who they blame? That's right, they blame Nobuaki or Nobu. They blame him. Why? I don't know, maybe because he's the Flash and he can just run all around town and hang people and still be able to get back to the parking lot in time to not look conspicuous. How? How did he kill him? This in Final Destination, they explained why they thought that dude was killing people, because he was at the scene of all the mysterious deaths. Even though it's still weird, you know, from that police would still think he would be involved, but I mean, it's not a stretch of the imagination though. But to think that this guy ran around the town and hung 5 people and was able to do this like that is stupid. These characters are stupid people. But beyond that, the show, shelf, same recommendation. I mean, you might want to come back. It might be funny later because this reminds me a lot of Miyogia. But I actually had a pretty interesting time with Miyogia after, you know, I put it on the shelf and then came back to it. So maybe I'll do the same thing with this show. But for right now, no. I'm going to go back to watching Juni Tyson, which is actually in dub on Funimation. So go ahead and check that out. And of course, for you people who stuck around, like, comment, subscribe, and as always,